The film opens with a sweeping cinematic shot of Mount Huagua, but the peace is gone. The sky is choked with golden clouds as the massive celestial vessels of the heavenly court descend. Sun Wukong stands alone on a jagged peak, his red cape snapping in the wind like a dying flame. He looks older, weary, yet his eyes still burn with the golden light of the Huayan Jingjing. A massive, booming voice echoes across the heavens as Erlang Shen, the three-eyed god, appears atop a giant cloud. The dialogue is heavy with history. Erlang demands Wukong return to his place among the gods, while Wukong scoffs at their immortality, which feels more like a prison. He slowly reaches behind his ear, pulling out a tiny needle that expands into the massive, glowing Rui Jingu Bang. He isn't just a monkey, he is a force of nature reclaiming his freedom. The tension builds as thousands of celestial soldiers aim their spears, the camera circling Wukong as he takes a final, defiant breath before leaping into the sky. Wukong becomes a blur of gold and crimson as the havoc in heaven truly begins. This section is a masterclass in martial arts choreography. Wukong doesn't just fight, he dances through the celestial army. With a single swing of his staff, dozens of soldiers are sent spiraling into the abyss. He uses his 72 transformations mid-combat, turning into a soaring eagle to dodge a volley of arrows, then slamming back onto a cloud as a giant to crush a battalion. The sound design is visceral, the metallic thrum of the staff hitting divine armor and the whistling of Wukong's somersaults. He mocks the gods even as they surround him, his laughter echoing over the clashing of steel. The camera follows him in long, unbroken takes as he ascends higher toward the Jade Emperor's throne, leaving a trail of shattered golden spears and defeated generals in his wake. It is a display of power that reminds the audience why he was once called Great Sage, equal to heaven. The spectacle reaches its peak as Erlang Shen finally descends to meet Wukong head-on. This is the duel fans have waited for. Their weapons collide with such force that the clouds beneath them dissipate, revealing the mortal world far below. Each strike from Erlang's three-pointed double-edged saber is met with a calculated parry from Wukong's staff, creating shockwaves that ripple through the air. As the battle intensifies, Wukong uses his signature move. He plucks a handful of hair, blows on it, and suddenly 100 duplicates of the Monkey King swarm the battlefield. The visuals here are breathtaking, hundreds of Wukongs fighting in unison against the divine host. But the tone shifts when Erlang activates his third eye, a beam of pure celestial energy that cuts through the clones. Wukong is forced to ground himself, his expression turning from playful to grim. The scene ends on a massive cliffhanger as Wukong prepares a final, world-shaking strike, the screen fading to white just as the staff makes contact, leaving the fate of the mountain and the Monkey King hanging in the balance. The screen clears from the blinding white light of the clash to reveal a scene of quiet, devastating power. Wukong isn't defeated by a sword, but by the overwhelming weight of the cosmic order. As the Buddha's hand descends from the stars, it transforms into the massive five-finger mountain. The narration here is slow and rhythmic, matching the visual of Wukong being pressed down through the clouds. You see the defiance in his eyes fade into a stoic acceptance as the massive stone peaks lock him into the earth. The camera lingers on his face, half buried in the dirt of the mountain base, as the seasons begin to cycle rapidly. Snow falls, flowers bloom, and torrential rains wash over his stone-like features. This section is designed to feel the weight of centuries. The music shifts from the thundering drums of war to a solitary, haunting flute melody. We see Wukong's legendary staff, the Rui Jingu Bang, shrink back into a needle and bury itself deep within the mountain, waiting for a master who was worthy of its power once again. This is the rebirth sequence. The mountain doesn't just crumble, it explodes outward in a choreographed burst of debris. Wukong leaps from the rubble, a golden streak against the setting sun. He is wilder now, his fur unkempt and his movements primal. He circles the monk with a predatory grace, testing the boundaries of his newfound freedom. This segment is high energy and visually chaotic, contrasting the monk's stillness with Wukong's frantic energy. The narration follows Wukong as he realizes he is no longer completely free. The golden hoop, the Jingu headband, has manifested around his brow. He tries to claw it off, his fingers sparking against the divine metal, but it won't budge. The 10-minute sequence concludes with Wukong kneeling before the monk, not out of love, but out of a begrudging respect for the power that freed him. They begin their walk toward the west, their silhouettes shrinking against a massive, cinematic sunset, marking the official start of the journey to the west.